You're live.
Since we're live, so we must be live.
Funny that.
Welcome to the Asian Outdoor Racing Show. We appreciate you all tuning in, past, present, future.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's kick it off.
Let's kick it off. The episode will commence now. And 3, 2, 1, go! Asian Outdoor Racing, Asian Outdoor Racing, Asian Outdoor Racing. Yeah. Welcome to the show, the Asian Outdoor Racing Show, and I am your host, Harry.
And I'm Richard.
And we thank you very much for tuning in.
That's right. So we're back in the workshop today, and we are continuing on with effectively continuing on with the 3D printed long range FPV plane known as the Micro Talon. Other people might know it as Troublemaker.
Yes, from previous live streams. Yes, so there you go. And yes, we appreciate you guys all tuning in. And yeah, what can we say about this week?
So this week on Tuesday, the episode that came out was a continuation of the flying 3D printer drone. Yeah, so that's the idea is to put a CREALITY high 3D printer on top of a drone that we make custom, and we're going to make that drone with 3D printing filament to hold it together, the main structure, and we're going to launch that bad boy into the air safely, soundly, and under control, and come back down securely. That's the idea. So there's a bit of work to do on that project. I think that was the 5th episode that just came up. Was it? Part 5, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Part 5. So, and in that one, what we did is we looked into the world of space, the Space Pi X4 from CREALITY, which is a 3D printing filament dryer. The main reason why we needed it was because we're using PPACF or carbon fiber filament, strong as steel, 3D printed on the K2 Plus 3D printer that we have, and we needed it because it can dry filament up to the necessary temperature, which is 80 to 85 degrees Celsius. So it's not enough to just dry it beforehand. You need to have it drying continuously throughout the print.
Yes, so we can print the parts required to make this flying machine.
Yeah, that's right. So
you can't pre-dry.
I mean, it's good to pre-dry.
Well, you have to do that.
You have to do that as well on top of, but also you need to do it while it's going, which that help with that.
Yes, yes. And maybe we'll move over there a little bit just in case it's, they can't hear it over the machine. Okay, so in the background, just so we are here, the K1 is running just here. I think I'll maybe turn the camera a little bit. Yeah, there he is. And what is he doing, Richard?
He is running a print that we designed
specifically
for this live stream, and he is using, what is he using? He is using the KIWIFIL RPTG Dark Green Ocean for our sponsors.
Yes,
that one. Yes. There we go. And that is what it looks like. And obviously, that is what's happening in real time. So, dark green, working along.
It's doing its thing, and it should be finished in 1 hour 21. So there you go. That's what's coming up, and we need this piece to position the guy on the launcher. So a key part that we need. We also haven't designed one other key aspect.
There's a couple
that we thought we might design with you guys.
Okay, so we'll jump over into the workshop and we'll see where we are in the build.
Yes, so see where we are. I'll go plug in the power. But yes, thanks very much for joining the live stream. Is that more power? Back it up a little bit. Plug this in here. So yes. Oops. Just move that back a little bit so we can get it all in frame. Bring that light over again. So yes. Hang on. There you go. There you go. If you need a chair or something.
Yeah. We'll just check.
There you go. So there you go. There's the guy.
So that is the launcher that we will be modifying.
Yes, here is the launcher
behind us here. It's somewhat large.
Yes, and that is also the issue as well. So he has what has he got? He's made out of
various whatever we had around the workshop.
Yes,
so he's got some roll hockey sticks here, ice hockey sticks, as it were, and various things like
aluminium. There's an old antenna from back in the days where you didn't have digital satellites, you had radio. So that's that. And what's down the bottom? What is it standing on?
Satellite dish holders that mount to the roof.
That's the feet for them.
Yeah. So that's the idea. So this is like, I guess you'd call this the Mark 1 design. It's worked it's mainly design that we use currently. He's currently used on this guy, which you've seen on our series before, which is the Kapari 2, highly modified, and also quite tricky to get him in the skies. Yes. You can't throw him.
You can't throw him. No, if you do that, it doesn't do anything. It just falls on the ground.
He's got lots of modifications, lots of 3D printing, sort of FPV adjustment and antennae, and he's flashed with RD Pilot plane.
Yes.
And
what can we tell you about it? He is a wing and yes, kind of a mountain soarer. I guess if you
slope soarer, mountain soarer. He likes a lot of wind. So when we launch this guy, we can't launch him currently in the setup, which is why we wanted to modify it.
Well, we can, but it's only when it's super windy.
Yes, I was going to say he needs lots of headwind. So it's obviously an issue. Like today, for example, you wouldn't be able to go to flight because there's no wind.
No. So you'd get all the way there, which has happened before. And we get all the way to the field, set up and do everything, and then you wouldn't be able to send it. So we want to fix that problem.
So I guess you sort of say like sort of roughly how it works. This particular setup, and then we'll go into the new concept.
The new idea. Okay. Yep. Sweet. So hang on. Maybe I'll bring it forward a little bit. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So yes, I'll sit here so you can see. Okay. So I'll just explain it while Rich is doing it. So the plane, or in this case, the wing, sits on this hopper here, over here. This thing, and that there sits there, and then it effectively grabs a hold of it and flicks it that way.
Like that.
But it only goes to here. The travel goes to and stops.
About there.
Yeah. Which
so effectively, it gets pulled all the way back.
Under tension.
Under tension all the way back, which I won't do because it's inside the workshop. And then you.
Oh, these parts here clip to the. Oh, we'll do it properly. These parts here, hang on, we'll do it properly so you can see what. Because people might not have seen this kind of thing.
Okay,
we'll do it properly. Yeah. We don't actually have to launch it inside. I don't think it'll give it.
Okay.
So anyway, so you got these bungee hooks here, and they go under here, and then this one here goes under here. Okay, so there you go. So he's all ready to launch it. Pretty much, he's already there. And then
the only thing you need to do is pull this all the way back down, which I'm not going to do. Oh, yeah, I guess you do. All the way back down to here, and then put it on the.
There's a little safety pin there.
Safety pin, and then as you kick it with your foot,
you stomp on the pedal.
It flies up and stops there. And then what happens, of course, is you sit on half throttle down the bottom, full up, and then when you feel the kick go into gear, or you do it yourself, then you full throttle and full up, and it slides all the way along and up into the air.
Oh, I get out of the way. Yes, and the these parts, what do they do?
Just to give it extra direction.
Extra direction. So that is the highly modified Mark 1. So what we will be doing is we'll be editing him and make him a bit better. So it's quite a good design, but he could be better. So that's what we're going to be doing on this live stream.
So why do we want to modify it? One, so we can get more consistent launches with him if we choose to. But also, yes. Also, we want to go and launch this guy, which is the guy that we'll be making exclusively on a live stream. And he is the Micro Talon. Oh, hang on. I'll move that plane up. Okay.
Yeah, so this is the Micro Talon that we'll be using on the building and trying to fly on the channel. He's relatively all put back together, isn't he?
Yeah, he's all.
Like I say, he's all back together from the unsuccessful launch we had last time.
The second launch.
The second attempt.
Yeah.
So what we were thinking of is why not try it with a launcher? That's the plan.
That's the plan, Sam.
Yes, because we have had many successful launches from this one. Even though we're going to update it, we have had many successful launches from it.
Yeah. So
he's all ready, and we'll be sending him on live stream. For the maiden.
There's a couple of changes. One, the last one was a foam plane, so it can take more
abuse,
as it were.
Whereas this is a 3D printed. Which one's this? The Micro Talon from who makes this one?
Titan Dynamics.
There you go. So there you go. So he can't take in much abuse if it hits the ground so much. No. So we need to fix that.
So the main reason is because his problem is he can't get up to speed as well, right? It doesn't really get up to speed safely.
Yeah.
You can throw him off a cliff though; he'll be fine.
Throw him off a cliff.
Provided he's got enough time to get up to airspeed without having the propeller effect in there, right?
So that's our theory at the moment. We thought maybe at one point it was like maybe we had the propeller on one way, but it's not that. What we think our current hypothesis is that it's not getting up to airspeed, so it's just when it goes to the left and then boom into the ground the other way. So it's not getting up to airspeed, so that the flaps are useless at that low speed. So we need to fix that. And the idea is that we're putting them on this guy, and we'll retrofit this one to be able to send this and the other one, and others designs that we come up with. Yes, maybe if we're successful, we'll go send it on Livestream. Why not? So yes, there you go. That's what the plan is.
So what's the current plan for modification on this?
So the current modification. Oh yeah, sure. But it does look quite cool. The old Micro Talon. I like the look of him. He's cool because he's also like both those two planes are pusher props.
Do you think that's part of the problem issue?
Yes, I think so. Because pusher props are great.
Once they're up
there, super efficient, super great at holding their altitude and doing their thing. Not so good at the kick on the initial takeoff.
To get up to airspeed, right?
Yeah, and that always seems to be our Achilles heels planes. Well, there you go. But we're rectifying that. So that's what we'll be working on, and what will be changing.
So I think what we'll do. You're welcome to. You're free to write some comment suggestions and ideas as we talk. So you're welcome to join in.
Yep.
But what we're thinking at this stage is maybe they lose this. You think? So that way the kick doesang just go from here.
Hang on, I'll just move the camera easy.
So that way the travel doesn't just travel. This is fine. I like this.
The kick plate. That's the way you ignite it. You so one person can fly it. You do the ignition with the kick down on the pedal. And then it pops the safety pin,
so I like that.
And away we go.
I like you like that too, right?
Yeah,
so you can kick there, so that's nice and safe, right?
Yeah.
And I think that these conduit piping up here.
Conduit piping, yeah. Yep.
They might be a bit too flexible, because sometimes I've noticed that the plane sort of sometimes bends at the top,
and then just fell off.
So maybe either A changed out or B strengthened in some way, maybe like a brace. But of course, it all has to be transported as well, so you got to think of that. And then maybe do away with this idea, even though it pushes from the back, but you really need to travel all the way through the set, right?
Well, that's a problem. We're only getting like
meter worth of kick,
a meter worth of pull, right?
Yeah. So you really want it to be like, effectively, ideally, you'd like it to be pulling from like here all the way up to here, really, right?
The full travel.
Yeah. Or more, ideally, right? So it's still pulling, even though it's left the catapult, as it were. So how do you think we might achieve that?
I think what we do is we'll use these bungees, and maybe we'll get some more bungees to add to it.
We've also added, so we come up with some ideas on other 3D designs.
Some designs.
So we've got
Tobias. He says, yo, yo, yo. Hey, brother. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, and we're just discussing what we'll be making.
Plan of attack. Yeah.
The mission plan.
Mission plan.
Yes. Okay. So what have you got? You printed this one?
So we did this. We printed this guy yesterday. So yeah, our design, as it were. The reason why it's a bit large is so that way. I was thinking, or
we could maybe get another piece.
Anyway, the idea is that it goes onto here. I think we have to make it a little bit. We're going to add a bit of sanding, but in essence, the idea we're thinking was clip on there like that.
Yeah.
And then that is the part that slides.
Back down the back down the track like that.
So there, right?
Yeah.
That's the idea at this point. We might change it, but the idea is to sit there, right?
Tobias says you guys always have the craziest projects going. Cheers, brother. We appreciate it.
Sounds good.
Crazy
as in good crazy, right?
That's what we want. Yes. Yeah, you always want to push those limits. It's always exciting.
And you were working on something
maybe like
a half an hour ago.
A new design that we were working on. We were at the field the other, about half an hour ago, and we were testing something else. That'll be coming to live stream and to the series eventually.
But, it didn't quite go to plan.
But nothing broke.
But nothing got damaged, so I think it's just a redesign. Anyway, back onto this design. So yes, so we're going to change this. What do you call it? Pusher. We'll call it a push kicker.
No, it's like a cart, I guess, a travel cart. We'll call it the catapult cart. So we're going to change that cart for there you go. You can see the cart. Travelator. There you go. And we're going to be changing that guy out for Richard's new design. Show it up again, Richard. So it's going to go. Yeah. So this one here goes like that, right? Ping. And
the current design idea
current design will be to what?
So slide on there. We've got to make it a little bit wider. But there, right?
Yeah.
And then
click
somehow get it so that way, because what you don't want to do, right?
Yeah.
Is to go like this.
You don't want to slip sideways.
That'd be really bad.
That would be bad, yeah. So maybe we have to do something.
So what you want is like maybe pull it, use the catapult and go like way back,
like 5 meters back or something like that. Like we used to do with the old glider planes and things like that. Zombie Hunter says, cheers man, thanks for zooming in. I hope you didn't print that flat. Oh, where did it go? I hope 7 printed it flat.
Maybe hopefully it didn't print.
Oh yeah, hopefully printed good, I think is what you mean.
It did.
Yeah, it did. How many hours for that little print?
I think it was like 5 hours. Yeah. 5
yeah,
hours,
yes.
5 hour print.
Yes.
Just did on the K1.
Yeah.
So the current idea is maybe.
Yeah, we did. We printed flat. Yes, for extra strength. That's the plan.
Was it 60% infill? This one quite strong. Yeah.
You don't print it straight up in the air like facing vertical.
No, not like that. It was printed flat on the board like that.
Nice. He says cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes. We're going for strength. Otherwise, we'd be going for.
We printed in grid as well, because I didn't want any.
Yeah, infill.
Yeah.
He's talking about. Yes. And
it was like a decade ago that I made that, but
it was probably like a couple of hours ago. But yes, and so that's the idea. We'll be changing out this cart, putting this guy on, and how are we going to do? So it's still going to be used with a kick plate, right?
Yeah. I like that, don't you?
Yeah, it's cool. So it'll be in a different kind of configuration. It'll be going hook onto plane at the front and be pulling it forward or back, from behind or whatever. So we have to design that little holder, like this part is. There's a little cart that goes along, so we just need like a little 3D print of some design to hold that, to pull it up the chute, up the ramp, I guess.
Yeah.
And then it's going to hook onto the plane somehow.
Yeah, because also
we need to release it as well.
That's right. So is this part here, the idea being, are you going to have it so that way?
Hang on, move the camera down. Yep.
Are you going to have it so that way this has got some kind of like guide, like so maybe it's not like all the way around it like this one is, right?
Yeah.
But like maybe it's like half on like that.
Yeah, but isn't it going to hit that bar
up top?
Isn't it going to hit that and go ka-chonk?
Well, I know that's the problem, but so the idea I thought was like if you had it like that and then go all the way out.
We could make something. We could design it.
Maybe.
We could design that. Not a big deal.
That's probably not a big issue. So what? Do away with that part?
Yeah. So we'll be losing this part here because it also doesn't really fit in the.
It makes transport difficult.
Transport becomes a bit of an issue. So we'll be changing the scout out and we'll be getting the tools out for that in a second.
Are you going to leave these and then reinforce them so they're stronger so they don't wobble?
Or we can always change them out for a different one. Something else stronger. Or we use that. That's the other option. What do you guys reckon? Should we move these to this position? So a bit more strength, and then because that's a possibility, isn't it? It's not hard. Just put it into there.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want that horizontal beam.
No, the horizontal beam's not there. What do you reckon?
So what? And then this goes through here like that, right? And then that's pulled back to there.
Yep, there you go.
Right. We obviously need some kind of way to attach to the actual aircraft, right?
Yeah, minor details. Yeah.
And then what? So it's under load. So you're going to have this here, plane, probably up there, right?
Yeah.
Plane here.
Yeah.
That's there. and then
a little catcher thing to hold it to the plane.
and then you're going to go like a join, right? So that's going to go over there, down, and then the other one is going to come back to here to this, to the release mechanism, right?
Yeah, so we're going to have a one going back to Richard from here, and you're going to have another one back to the kick plate over here on and latched onto there. What do you think? Make it more complex, but better? Yeah, well, why not? We'll say it's better. Why not?
And does that, is that that horizontal beam, is that going to be in the way, do you think?
No, it shouldn't be if it goes over there.
So it's going to, will it need some kind of pulley or something?
Right, we can do that. We can make one. Not hard. We can do anything, man.
Guide the way it's like
straight and true. And then what do you think we need to put pins on the ground to hold it there? Oh, well, let's get into it. Pull this one off. Put that there. Take that off. Take the card off.
Okay.
We'll start with disassembly so we can go assembly.
Yeah. So if you've got any ideas, free to as we build this thing, yeah, feel free to drop a comment.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into it.
I mean, I guess stripping it down is half the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's just the great thing about when you made it, you can always get back to it. Theoretically. Oh, just put it around here for now.
I'm going to take this one.
You can take it off.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to take these off. What do you reckon? Take this one off?
I guess so, yeah.
Alrighty. Let's get to it.
He said if you change, Tobias says if you change with the direction of the elastics, I'd imagine you wanted some downward force on the elastics to keep it against the rails during launch. Yeah, good call. What about a crossbow that looks, this Zombie Hunter says, what about a crossbow that looks like it's going to pull it more into the rails and along because it's under the rails?
That looks like it's going to pull it along the rail.
These are all good ideas, guys.
Anybody go with crossbow?
That's a good idea, though. Yeah, it's a great idea. Crossbow. So with a crossbow idea, would that be like sort of like
around here?
Like I guess you wouldn't have it out there, but like the crossbows are normally kind of like horizontal, like that arch, and then the V right back, right? And then what? Elastic. Because I've seen some of them do it when they're doing like those massive ones. Right?
Yeah. I think that would be a bit already.
But how much more travel would it give you other than what you've already got?
And then you'd also have to make it transportable, so you'd have to have it cut in half.
Yeah, but how much more pull would it give you? Because you don't want it to do the same thing where it just sort of stops here, right?
No.
You want it to keep going through the set.
So either way, we can remove the card and fix that part. And then we can decide about the crossbow idea, which is a good one. As long as it's in line with the rails and not under the rails. It makes sense, yeah. I guess crossbows do go pretty straight, don't they? Good idea. And did you have a great week this week there, Zombie Hunter? Hopefully you did. And Tobias. Hopefully you did too. Crossbow strings are usually 1/4 to 1/2 inch below the actual rail. Keeps it from slapping off the rails. Interesting. Didn't know that much about crossbows. It's cool. Yeah, interesting things. We used to make when we were little kids. We used to make the just normal bow and arrows with what's the stuff called?
You can find
Just just like wood and those sorts of things. Zombie Hunter says it's been okay. Just printing like crazy. Good to see, man. Good to see. What are you making? Hopefully you're making through RC plane launcher as well. You could be. It's always good to make stuff. I like making stuff. Cool. What do you reckon? What should we start with? Take off that part? Take the card off. We'll sort that out. What do you need? Do you need a crescent? What do you need? I think maybe we'll turn the camera so you can see Richard. Otherwise, he's out of the way. There he is. There he is. There's the handsome boy. No, he's making a pit droid. Sweet. Cool. Is that one of those ones with the disc head? Is that the one? I think it's the disc head one.
I feel it is.
I feel it would be.
Pretty cool, though.
Either way, cool. I'll go and give Richard a hand while we.
Is that screwdriver?
Yeah, what kind of screwdriver do you need? Just a flathead?
Yes, we've had quite a lot of quite a many a lot of launches that are successful on this.
Yes, but mainly when it's he says yep. Ah, cool, nice. Yeah, the pit droids are pretty cool from Phantom Menace. I think is where he popped up in. Did he come in anywhere else?
Yeah, I think they cameo in different parts.
I like the idea of that. That they fold it up. That's cool. That kind of Transformers kind of thing. It's pretty cool.
Does your one fold up?
Yeah, it's cool.
So just take off the rope stoppers.
So yeah, so when it goes to the stop, we had ropes there to stop it from smashing into the wood at the other end.
And disintegrate.
Which did happen when we didn't have them on. But not putting these on this one.
Oh. Do you want it to stop?
No, you don't really want it to stop.
Are you gonna have it so that way the actual thing slides
The
off?
car carries on through the air. Maybe. But anyway.
Another comment.
What's it say? Zombie says he articulates. He's articulated and can be posed. Nice. That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, all droids of Star Wars are epic. Pretty much. Was there anyone that you didn't like? No, they're all pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
We were watching Star Wars the other day. Yeah, we went through the whole.
All three of them. Yeah.
The first three. Can't complain, no. No. It's a good day when you're watching Star Wars.
Yeah.
What do you need?
Spanner.
You want a crescent? I'll get you one. Nice, he says. Good. Yeah. So, what is this? What is this guy made out of? What is that cart? The cart is like a It will go with my R2 I printed. Nice. You made R2 as well. Sweet. Yep.
Full size.
Full size, hopefully. We know another guy that's made an R2. He came on live stream with us. John Ferguson. He was cool. Very cool R2. But this material that Richard is taking off is kind of like a full size, he says. Oh, sweet. Yep. It's kind of like, what is this stuff? It's like, I kind of guess like it's like shelving or something like that. We made it. We just had this kind of plasticky stuff around, and then on the top there you can see where the bits of black. No, hang on, where's the? Yeah, it's odd with the camera the opposite way around. Yeah, so those things there, they're just aluminium brackets and a little bit of aluminum for the people out there and from the different countries. We say aluminum, which is cool. In many ways, it sounds better, aluminum.
Sounds more sophisticated.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, and then it's just bolted on the top. But you can actually see where we've done that many launches that the bolts that holding it have actually bent because it's hit. It's that much force on it. It's actually bent the bolts themselves, which is cool, which is good. Yeah, it's what you want to see. You want to see some force applied there. Newton's law and all that. So yes, that's why we're going to be doing this one. We don't have enough pull, we think. Oh, that's the idea, and we're going to be extending that range, not just from here to here, but actually out and beyond, and then maybe stapling into the ground. That's the current idea, isn't that, Richard? staple it into the ground. Yeah, so it's kind of like a hybrid version of this version. But back to the old days when we used to, when we first got into RC planes, when we were very little, we used to watch people go out and they would send their gliders with a massive bungee machine.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Tow hook thing,
Toe hook, yeah.
and it would send it out and go pop, and it would go way out into the field, like the full length of the field, and then it'll be pulling it up to a nice height. The idea is that the longer the travel, the higher it pulls it straight up, gets that altitude before hooking off. Whereas now, mainly they don't really do it that way. Not at our field anyway.
No.
They just have electric motors on the front of their gliders. Nothing wrong with that. It's just a bit different. How's it coming? Is those bolts okay? No. If we need to get the reciprocating saw, just cut it and be quick on the reciprocating saw.
Yeah. That's okay. Yeah, so there's lots of options out there. I've seen I know it's been suggested to us to make like a steam catapult, wasn't it?
A steam powered one?
Yeah.
Wow.
But
not ready for that one yet?
we don't have any steam on it.
No. But I mean, we got steam trains in our town. But
so maybe they're not using one of their boilers.
Maybe we can use one of their boilers, which is a cool idea. Old school, steampunk kind of look. It's pretty good.
The setup would be quite intense, though, right?
Yeah, there's a guy that I don't know sure if he's around anymore, but he it was the first to go send himself pretty high up there into the stratosphere with a steam rocket.
Oh, you're talking about the Earth is Flat guy.
Earth is Flat guy. I don't think he made it, but he died trying, I guess. It was an interesting documentary. It was, I don't know, what was the name of it?
Earth is Flat.
I think it was called Earth is Flat. Zombie Hider says, what about using compressed air? Interesting.
Yeah, all good ideas.
All good. PSI. You have to have a pretty good tank reservoir, and then release it kind of like they did on like Mythbusters or something like that. Yeah, like a spud gun kind of idea. All release in one hit. You wouldn't want to get like a half release one.
Yeah.
It'd have to be like a single action mechanism.
Yeah.
Full release on the trigger, as it were. Interesting idea. You'd hear it when it releases. It'd be like kapow! Cool. But what do you want? Do you need hands or anything, or you just So yeah, he's just unbolting the bolts. It doesn't make any sense. He is undoing the nuts on the bolts. Trying to. Yeah. So hopefully this design will work. I'm not sure. Might do. Fingers crossed. Tobias, he agrees. He was wondering about compressed air as well, Richard. He thought that'd be pretty epic, pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's a cool idea. I was just trying to think of what could we use it? Do we have anything in the shop? No. I don't think we have anything in the shop that could do that kind of PSI range. I know when we used to do air, when we just started getting into airbrushing, we had we'd pump up a tie that we'd retrofitted, but we could only get it up to, I don't know what, 40 PSI or something like that. But that's nowhere near the kind of range we need. But if you had a big tank reservoir, I'm sure you could do it. Yeah, so
that's what we're doing.
When do we do this week?
Lots of things this week. Lots of editing. lots of filming, and like we were saying, we're working on something in the field that's coming up on the episodes. We're just working on it to get things working, so that's good. It's coming along nicely, and obviously we're working on the flying 3D printed drone, and it's coming along well.
Quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah, we've done quite a lot of electronics and soldering, that kind of thing, to get it all happy. So far, so good. We've done quite a lot of testing and stuff. So as it all find out in due course when the episode comes out.
But yeah, been keeping us busy, hasn't he?
Very busy.
Interesting working with what is he? 12 volts.
Yeah, he's a 12S. So what's that? 22.2.
16.
Yeah, it's a lot of voltage. So we haven't done too many of the 12Ss, but that's cool.
Nice to meet you.
Zombie Hunter says, how are you going to power the 3D printer in there? It's something that we've been debating quite a bit, actually. Good question. We've got a couple ideas. Obviously, inverter comes to mind. Those type things they do with like caravans and boats and stuff. I know someone suggested, I think it was on Livestream. Yeah, no, I think John actually suggested, John Ferguson, he suggested maybe we could go into the back of the 3D printer and adjust, effectively take out the AC and just do it directly from DC. Not sure if we'll go that way. It's a good idea though, because you reduce the weight from the battery, so that's good.
But you want to be running a separate battery if you're going to do that, ideally.
Yeah, you would.
You
want to
want to be running the same power.
The
drone itself.
Yeah, Zombie reckons the same thing. Inverters are going to add extra weight. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, tricky one. We'll get there though. Also, there's the added bonus that the 3D printer, which is behind us there, this one, the CREALITY High, when it does its initial calibration, it there's a little bit of time when you hit print to when it actually starts printing, because it's going to do all its checks and whatnot. So
that's an issue because
that's another issue to consider. I couldn't really do that. Sort of upside down. Didn't really agree. Yeah. So yeah, good thought though. I guess you could run it directly from the battery source of the drone itself, but of course it's being used for the motors, so it probably wouldn't be necessarily the smartest thing to do when you need all the
you need all the power.
You need all the power to get, right?
Yeah, because these are going to be using all of it, even though they are super efficient motors.
Yeah, they are super efficient. Yeah, and it's rated to do what we need it to do. So yeah, it's interesting.
Interesting problem. So I've got 4 of the bolts, 3 of the bolts out. I just need 1 more bolt. Naturally.
I'll just grab some water. Hang on a second. Harry, you carry on.
Drop 2 more bolts. Yes, I'll just come over here when Richard's comes back. But yes, he's coming along. Always a tricky one when you're working upside down or something like this. So yeah, should be coming along nicely. We'll drop this fella and then we'll start working on the next one. You can see, can you see that with the camera? You can see the bolts are being bent from the. Oh, there's it. See it on this one. See it on that one. You can see it on this one, where the bolts have actually bent with the force of the torque on the launching when it gets to that torque stop point. Which is cool to see. You're going to see that it's under load. Yeah. We'll drop this fella and then we'll get into that next part. It should be good. Let's see that. Yeah. Take this guy out here.
What do you need to do?
Oh, just take a look at it.
Okay.
This bolt.
Oh, yeah. Get that spanner.
Yeah, this one here. You can take out the bolt on the outside. At least that one again.
This one.
Do you want to take this one?
Yep. Okay, she's come along now. Things are happening. Has everybody seen the movie The Ballerina yet?
I think it's just called Ballerina.
Right. That's cool. From the world of John Wick. It's pretty cool. Would you agree? Yeah?
I thought it was a cool movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's coming away now.
Yeah.
Wow, we made this quite good, eh?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's managed to, take so many impacts and everything. So.
Absolutely.
What's next week's episode, eh?
On Livestream or?
I'm not sure about live stream because I'm not sure whether we can do live stream next week. We'll do our best, but got some other things on. But we'll see what we can do. So it might be an impromptu one next week for live stream.
Yeah.
Might go and do some flying or something of that nature.
Yeah, maybe do something like that. That'd be cool.
So stay tuned for a potential impromptu live stream next week.
And what is the episode next week?
The episode next week is we're diving into the world of the Mark II wingsuit design. So that's exciting. So that's the I think it's the week that we start making the actual wingsuit itself, right? Because it's got a new design, comes with the new challenges.
I'll be honest.
What did we say? We said you're gonna put like a rubber stop on the end, so when it slides up to the top, it doesn't hit the frame. Yeah, possibly. I was trying to hope to get it so that way it actually just kept going up off the launcher end, or somehow increase the travel. One of the two. So you probably would still have to put some kind of rubber or TPU print or some kind of nature. Yeah, good call though.
Because this current one had a wire, didn't it? It had a string.
The current model, as it went to the top, we had a string stopping, so then it blocked it with the string, which it seemed to work really well.
That was that design.
That was that design anyway. Sounds like a car. Does sound like a car.
That's a good idea, though. Yeah. It was the Mark II, isn't it, next week?
For the wingsuit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mark II is kind of we've been working on the Mark II for quite a while. I get on the message.
Yeah. And hello, Panda Princess. Hello.
But yes.
Welcome to the live stream.
What was that one about? Yeah, it's been kind of working on it. We might be working on him a bit. Do a bit more on him maybe next week.
The wingsuit pretty bent now.
Yeah. Nice and bent.
Which one? The wingsuit?
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. So the wingsuit is coming along. A lot more to do.
And the sewing part comes out on Tuesday. It's always good to come up with new ideas.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that came off. Yay! All right. Now I can probably drop the stuff on there.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah, it's all good. Pop this sucker out here. Oh, come here. But yes, we appreciate you guys tuning into the live stream. And it's just quite nice to share what we're building with other people. It's quite cool. That's good. Take that one out. Wow, we really made it good, didn't we? And I gotta take this one out too. Wow, that's doing quite a good job. Take this off. Just under here. That's the way it goes together. Maybe using some of these parts again for the next part. Where is it coming off? Oh, there's one. Yay. And this part off. And this part off here. But yes, it's coming together. And what are we doing? There we go, look at that. We'll put the screwdriver in there. Must have made it well. You can see the bolts have bent quite a bit. Probably doesn't really help why it's struggling to get it off. That's the reason why. Come here.
Check the printer.
Sure.
See what it says. 36 minutes remaining on that one.
Sorry?
36 minutes remaining.
Yeah, is it?
So how's it going over here?
Sorry? Yeah, so it's coming together.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to take these off as well.
Really?
What do we take off? What else?
We made it too well. But it's coming together, or just assembling's coming along. As it were. Yeah, so if you're just joining the live stream, we are adjusting our catapult launcher effectively to do more than just this one specific plane, which was the Kapari, which is what it was designed for. So we're the aim of the game is to be able to do that more reliably, and also other aircraft that we come up with a design, or like we were talking about with the Micro Talon. So in that way, it's universal, which is always a good thing. Yeah. Would you agree?
Yeah. Might have to cut this bolt.
Yeah, with that saws over there.
Yeah, she did.
Okay, okay.
Guys, how else are we going to get in? Oh, I got it.
It's better than the bolts to be bent than
Broken.
So. Yeah.
lots of unbolting stuff here.
Yeah.
But before you know it, we can start with the assembly space. Shouldn't take too long. Usually it was only really good, this particular design was only really good when it was like super windy, right?
Yeah, so lots and lots of headwind. It worked quite well. But it definitely had promise, didn't it?
It did. Well, I know we tried to do an auto launch on it once, on one of the episodes. But did that go so good? We couldn't really
not so much.
Not enough travel time on the launcher.
Which is partly the reason why we want to do some kind of adjustments, as it were.
Yeah. That's kind of early.
Yeah. For sure.
But yes. You can hear the K1 in the background working on the part required to fit the Micro Talon. Is it specifically for that one, or just for any kind of plane in that shape?
Just any one at the moment.
Yeah. And when that's done, it shouldn't take too long, and then we'll bring that one up to show you guys.
Yeah, so things are developing, as it were.
Yeah. It really doesn't want to come off this one. I really want to cut it if I didn't have to. How's your one going?
Yeah, it's all right.
Hopefully you all had a great week and got up to exciting things. Like, I know on our side of the world it's winter at the moment, so it's kind of cold and windy, but I hear that there's summer on the other side of the planet, so maybe somebody out there got to go to the beach or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
How's that one going?
Yeah, there. Surprisingly long bolt.
Yeah.
Hey, got it. Complete.
Get it down.
Yeah, got it off.
Nice.
Yeah, got it off.
Alright. And I got one more bolt to do, and then we can start on. The crossbow idea was pretty cool. Like the crossbow. I gotta get that off. I have to cut
You can cut it off there.
Cut this side off.
Yeah.
The other side's off.
Cut the bolt off.
Just cut it.
Did you do that?
No, that's fine. Now I cut it.
Yep, so the printer's nearly done. Check it on the background there. You do it with the reciprocating one.
Maybe. What do you reckon?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, there's one bolt. Just a little bit bent. See?
Yeah.
Making life a bit harder.
The way I got the other one off was how to push this up.
Bend it.
Yeah. And plus the screwdriver.
Sure thing.
Oops.
Wow. Made it pretty good.
Yeah, it is good.
And done.
It's really, really good.
Well, that's what you want from the design right there.
Ta-da! Done.
There you go.
So there you go. So
There you
that's majority of the disassembly from this end of it.
And are we going to take the front off, or what are you going to do there?
I think so. It's going to be in the way of
The new design.
Feel free to comment if you've got any ideas or suggestions.
Yeah. We had earlier today we had compressed air and we had catapult crossbow, which is cool.
Suggestions.
Maybe we could do that on the Mark III version of the.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I feel that you probably wouldn't need all this. So you
just use it like they do on the movie, like the Dark Knight, where they flip that they flip the truck.
Semi-truck, yeah.
Yeah, they just use like a big air cannon, ram, and they just flipped it that way.
Yeah, because that's right. Because in the scene, the Joker's driving towards him in a semi-truck with a trailer, right? And then Batman's on the bat bike going towards it.
Oh yeah, like chicken.
And then he adds the harpoon hook to the truck.
Yeah.
Goes underneath him and then drops it off behind him, and then the whole semi-truck goes up in the air and lands completely 180 over on its roof.
Yeah, that was like when I think that came out. I think that was like the first of its kind.
It would have been.
Been back.
I don't think it's ever been done before. Prior to that.
Prior to then, I could be wrong. But the stuntmen looked like they were having fun that day.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so what are you gonna do? Are you gonna move this to here, or are you gonna take this end off it?
We can't have that on it. There'd be no need, right?
No need. Do we take it off here then? Unscrew it. Vom. Take these out.
Yeah.
Or do you want to move this to here so then we got stronger travel? If that fits.
The other way is to use those as braces for that other part.
Oh, like on a diagonal.
Mm.
That's an idea. To strengthen up that other part.
To stop it from dipping.
Because what happens is the as the plane comes off the launcher that we just removed, I'm going to change it for a new one. What happens is it comes off the launcher like so, and then this part here bends and flexes. It doesn't always keep it straight. So what we were talking about is bracing that, so then we get
more straighter travel.
More straighter travel.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
But we don't need this part here. Maybe we can leave this here.
Which one?
Just up.
Oh, okay.
Just cut this in half. Turn it that way.
Take the horizontal bit off.
Take this one off.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I guess you could. It's not hurting anybody being there, is it?
No, we'll just leave it there for temporarily.
Zombie Hunter says definitely move it up more.
Which way? You reckon go downwards or that way? Upwards?
Which part's he talking about?
I don't know. Could be talking about this.
We'll have some thought, isn't it?
But anyway, what we could do is we could work on this part. What do we think about that?
Okay.
Putting this part together. We could always get some more conduit piping.
Yeah.
And anyway, so this part here will go through there. So maybe we need a drill to fit that a bit better.
I couldn't quite see.
Wouldn't the extra bit at the end add friction, slow it down a bit?
All these things are possible. So do away with it, you reckon?
Do away with it. It's a good idea. Less things to carry around. All good.
Yeah, we should do that.
I mean, the slope angle is good, so maybe we'll go with that idea. That's a good idea. We'll put this on the and start on that part.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay. How much of this are we going to do in this one?
I don't know. We're making a start.
Yeah, just make it a start more than anything. Obviously, we've got some things to work out, and we'll take
everybody's ideas into consideration. So, any ideas? A good idea.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Most ideas.
Even if it's a silly one, sometimes they're quite good too.
Yeah, the sillier the better. Usually, that's where creativity comes from. Really. So the idea of this one will be you got this Y bracket, and that'll go into there. We can cut this to a different shape, small, inwards if we need, and that'll hook on there. And what the bungee hook, well, hang on, where's the bungee? And the bungee will hook into there, onto that one. So we use a bit of nylon around that. Hang on, I'll show you what I mean. Is that what you're thinking? Yeah. So, but a nylon rope, and we'll be putting that in there. Oh, another one. Didn't know there was two. That's right. And we'll be hooking that into this part here. Is the plan.
Something like that, yeah.
We can change it a little bit, work out the length later on, but that's pretty much it. And then we'll put this hook with the bungee on this end, and maybe some more bungees and rope and stuff.
Yeah,
like that, and we'll hook that onto there.
That's a good idea.
And we can do that, and that will be there, and this here will go onto here, and then from there we just have to join that to the plane somehow. Should be good. Yes. What is it here? Over here, it's about 6 o'clock over here. If you're on the other side of the world, and yeah, it could be in the middle of the day, could be in the middle of the night. But either way, we appreciate you guys all tuning in. Thanks. And maybe we'll get that drill out. Stop the drill. Here we go. There you go. I'm just going to get a little bit bigger. It's not quite the right size we were wanting. So, yeah, maybe change that bit up. Just get a different.
Use the milling blade there.
Yeah, I think so. Like a little bite tip. These are the ones that we use for this sort of thing. Titanium tips with yeah, for sure. This sort of job is what we use. Oh, hang on. Yep, there you go. Yeah, see what we're doing? Like that. Just
Any advice?
yeah, sure. Do you have a little vise?
Yeah.
I got to use the bench vise, or maybe I'll just use the little vise. The bench vise is over there. Does a good job. But then that's outside the camera frame, and you can't really see that. So that wouldn't be good. But yes, it's coming together. It's one of those things when you go you go forward and then you go backwards like 10 steps. Take it all apart and then start again. Add the new parts and that'll be cool.
There you go.
There's the little bench device. Oh, jeez. That came apart, all right? Didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Wasn't too bad, I guess. Did take a little bit longer than I was thinking, but. Yes, anyway, if you haven't tuned into the show before, this is the HR Drum Racing Show, and we are in the workshop. Appreciate it. Might be a bit noisy, so that. See how that turns out. Otherwise, we'll go and jump on the big beach. Oh, yeah, it's fitting. It's going in there. It's good. You want it tight, or do you want it loose?
Half and half.
Half and half.
You want a bit of movement, but you don't want too much.
Not too loose, not too tight. What do you reckon? Just right. Cheers, we'll just try that in. See if it goes in. Get it. Just depends. Do you want to go tight? Did you make it tight or?
I thought it had enough.
It's always like that thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's noisy server. That. That's it. There you go. It's made it through. So now we'll do the other side.
Coming along.
Yep. Push on the other. No, what have I done that for? Hang on, jump onto the big bus here. Yep, there he is. Doing that. Do you want me to take these off?
What? Do you want me to take this off?
I don't know.
Not decided.
Now I got it. It's coming out.
60 minutes to this one.
Really? 60 minutes, which was just saying, it's just checking on the print. Whoa. Put it on too tight, didn't I? It's tight though, so that's something. Ugh.
Probably could be a little looser than that.
You reckon a little looser?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. 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 It went on easy. All right, here we go. Ah. There you go. So maybe I'll do that a bit more, I think. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, thanks very much for tuning in. And we're working on this guy here. He's the, I guess he's our FPV RC launcher, but we're making him to be able to do better, successful launches, especially when there's a low, no wind at all. That seems to be the problem, particularly with this guy. The low, when there's no wind or headwind, it just doesn't want to take off. He's really excellent for launching the Kapari or Delta Wing planes, like our like the Micro Talon, those sorts of planes like that. But yes, he can't. We're going to make him so he can fit this particular one. Is the idea. Well, that's the plan anyway. So let's just drill this a little bit. Sorry about the sound if it's too loud. Sorry about that. Apologies. Anyway, so yes, normally I'd probably do that on the main vice over there, but since we're on live stream, and you guys would be outside frame and you can't see it. Plus, we've got some other projects over there that I can't show you just yet, so that would be wrecking the surprise. Duck Des says, hello from Canada. Good to see you back, and thank you for sharing your adventures with us, for us to enjoy and learn from you. You are awesome. Cheers, man. And yeah, hello from New Zealand. Yeah, nice. Nice. Oh, that's a lot better. Yeah, it's like a well-oiled machine now. Look at that. See? That looks good. And yes.
Yeah, so it's all coming along. I was just checking out other machines in the background there, make sure they're all working.
Yes.
How's this coming along, right?
Yeah, it's coming along. I'll just do a little bit more. I'll just make a little bit of sound.
So that's for that one, is it? You have to do the other side as well.
I have to do the other side. You right? Yes, when doing this sort of thing, if you're, you should be using iPro gloves and all T's and C's. Yes.
Yeah. We always do that.
We always do, but just it's over the faster. It's a little bit faster when you're on live stream. You can't really put the earmuffs on, and then nobody will be able to hear what you're saying. Not so much. Not so much. So I did one side, so that's good, and we're going to do the other side. Yeah, I haven't been to Canada, but we have some good mate of ours. He's in Vancouver and he works on boats. And yes, so it's a cool place, he says. And one day we'll go and visit him. Maybe if he gets married, that's a good idea. Good excuse. And then maybe we'll come and visit all the cool cats over there. Sorry for that noise. Apologies. Yeah.
How's it coming up, right?
Yeah, he's coming on. No worries. So we made it. So when we designed these, we designed it to be a tight fit, but maybe not quite that tight. A little bit more, I think. The good thing is we made it 80% infill.
That one, yeah.
80% infill to give it a bit extra strength, but also allow for things like this. Yeah. Wise words, oh Yoda. Why does he always talk backwards? I don't know. I use the drill, I do. Cool dude, though. We used to have one of those GPSs, and that was the coolest GPS we had. It was a TomTom that put it up. Yeah, and yes, and that's what he did. He would tell you, go left. How's his voice go? Yes, I will. Yes, and he would go. You go out to like a roundabout or something, and go yes, I think, and those sorts of things. It was the coolest one, not the Now we just have a boring one that's not as exciting. Yeah, just practical, none of that exciting. Does TomTom still put that out? They might do. That's cool. Duck Deer says off topic, but in Canada we are known for the tune. What's a common New? Oh yeah. Nice, we'll try that. Yeah. What is a common New Zealand dish? Well, if it was me, I'd say pizza, but that's more of an Italian thing, isn't it? So what would be a normal thing? Think about that one. Yeah, we don't really have anything. I mean, we have kuma and those sorts of things, like instead of mashed potatoes. I'll think about that one. Zombie Hunter says, George, make Yoda talk like that so people would sit up and take notice of him. Gabe says, hi. Oh, cheers, man. Thanks tuning in. Nice. Very cool. Oh, yeah, Duck Days. Oh, yeah, this is Gabe. Hi, this is Duck. Yeah, nice. Sorry about the noise. All good? Is it looking good? Yeah, all good. Nice. Which is just in the background checking out other stuff. But there's a duck shooting season over here, I think. I did hear some fireworks going around, doing their thing. Yes, I don't necessarily comment or speculate about that sort of activity, but people like it, and that's their thoughts, if that's what they want to do.
Yeah, that's good. It's
Yeah,
good to get out in the great outdoors.
Great outdoors, yes. Duck this is enjoying the hangout here. Cheers, and we appreciate you tuning in. All right, so there you go. Look at that, eh? All that drilling applied, and then hopefully, yes, we're seeing some success now. RC Flight Test says hi. Hey, from New Zealand. Thanks very much for tuning in. We appreciate it very much.
Yeah, nice.
So yes, we're working on this launcher, and yeah, he's coming along. There's a bit of a modified. How many times have you modified this guy, Richard? Too many times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A work in progress.
He's a work in progress, and he is. This will be the third version, third iteration of this design. But we're thinking third iteration, third time's the charm. Is that? That's what they say. Yes.
Third time lucky.
Oh. Gabe said he's been playing Roblox with my friends. Cheers. That's a cool game. I've never played it, but I have seen it come up. Our favorite game. I've seen the trailer. Yes. Yes. What have we been playing? Our favorite game is Metal Gear Solid V is our favorite game, but we have been playing a new game at the moment. What is our game? What is the game called? DMC is Devil May Cry is the game that we've been playing at the moment. It's kind of interesting. What planes do I have? This is RC test, flight test. I'll bring my plane over. Hang on. And we've got 4 minutes on the clock for the K1 that's sitting over there. Hang on. Oh, hang on, the drill's in the way now. The K1 sitting over there, and he's got one more part that he's printing. Yes, what did I say, 4 minutes? Yes. Yeah, so 4 minutes, and then that part will be done, which is cool. Yeah, so this is the Kapari, but he runs autopilot on this guy, and yeah, he's been updated. And this is the guy that we normally launch from him, usually. As you display, he's got 12 planes. Sweet. We have got a few too, but not 12. I don't think. That is a good collection right there. No complaints. More planes, the better, they say. Duck Deer says, well, that thing looks badass. Cheers. It is pretty cool, I think. It's run autonomous missions. What else does it do? We made it so the camera can pan and tilt, and we can look around and do its thing. And yeah, it's kind of an upgraded version of the original TVS. We've made our own modifications internally mainly, and it is running. What is that? Oh, hang on, can you see? This one is AKK. Is it Alpha 4? So he's got the long range if he wants it, and yeah, we've got long range antennas if we need that sort of thing. Yeah, so that's one plane. I'll bring another one out. Hang on. And that's. And there's another plane that we are planning to run on him. So it says, do you have FPV camera? That is easy to set up. Yes, we have. Do you have FPV camera that's easy to set up? Can I get yours? Yeah, that one's not too bad. That one does have we set up with yeah, it's got on-screen display on that one. I was just thinking, yeah, but this one, it doesn't have that yet. But it is the Micro Talon, this one, and he is just running PWM setup. But yes, we've been attempting to launch this fella on Livestream, and we made him completely on Livestream. It was like 6 or 7 episodes on this guy. But yes, and that's what we are retrofitting this launcher behind us to fly, to launch it, sorry, and ultimately fly it. Can I get this model? This one is made by Titan Dynamics. Yes, so yes, you can. So it's a 3D printed plane. We can fly it. Yeah, yep. But yeah, this is our second design from them. But this specific one was donated to us on a live stream, which was very nice. But yes, yeah, very cool. What else can I do? No, from you with a signature. Oh, that's very kind of you. Cheers. Yeah, we can sign something, I'm sure. But either way, we'll give you a thumbs up right now, so that kind of counts, doesn't it? Oh, sorry, I didn't read that one. Doug D says, oh, smooth, how fast does this model fly? 220, was it?
Yeah.
So kilometers an hour. Yes.
Yeah, 220 kilometers an hour.
220 kilometers an hour. What's that in miles an hour? I don't know. But
No,
quite quick. We'll say quick. I'm sure somebody out there could do the calculation.
Fast enough.
Fast enough, yes. You've got to risk it to get the biscuit. But yes, like we're saying, this one doesn't have a flight controller in it. But that is how we always run all our test flights. We always run it without a flight controller. Generally speaking, I can't see that with like the jetpack that we're making. No, that one we're making a jet wing, if you will. A jet wing on the series, and we've been working a bit on that in the background lately. And that one will be running autopilot direct from the first flight. Yeah. We're doing some other calculations. Can I get your plane that you have? It can fit in
metaphorically.
Metaphorically, you're enjoying it right now. Can't afford a new one. Fair enough, man. Planes are expensive.
It all adds up. All hobbies and fun things.
It's annoying.
Just like fancy cars and stuff.
Yeah.
Heck, even chicks.
That's true. It's true. This particular one is a pusher prop, and he's AKK as well, isn't he?
Is that a 7-inch prop? Gym fan, I think it is.
7-inch prop. Yeah, he's got AKK. He is running the. Drop something. Oh no, it's like it's
yes.
8,000 AC. So he's got 8 watts of power on this one.
Yeah.
So he can go to the moon and back with this one. But he's super long range. But maybe one day we'll put a flight control on them, but it's not today.
Not today. His mission is to get in the air.
His objective in life is to make it so we can get him successfully in the air.
Yeah, so it's got the FPV in the front, right?
FPVs in the nose, just where's the other one was on the side. What else do we do? Do we have a... I can't fly. Yeah, I know I can fly. Yeah, I know you can. I have ADS LiPo, sweet. ADS, sick. That's cool.
I don't think we've ever used
Do we
that.
run 80?
No,
we're making the big flying 3D printer at the moment. That's 12S, but I haven't tried 8S.
Yeah, we've done quite a lot. We've done 1S, 2S, 3S is the helicopter.
Well, the rocket powered helicopter.
Rocket powered helicopter.
What's it?
4S is
our
the
standard
stuff. 6S is like the X class ones that we built for like dual operated
6.
Cine.
Yeah, Cine lifters. Before the Cine lifters came out, but no, we haven't had 8S.
And then
8S sounds cool. We're doing 12 for the big guy.
8.
Do you have a data wing that you can give me one day, or a simulated plane?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Maybe.
How that works? How do you make a simulated plane and then you distribute it to everyone? Oh, print.
The print's finished. Yeah, interesting. Think about that one. But maybe one day we could, when we're finished, the jetpacks and all those things, we could, if people wanted to see that, like the jet wing or the wingsuits, maybe we could release the STL files. I'm not sure if people wanted to see that sort of thing. I don't know. Then you could just download it. But I guess we'd come out with plans and things.
There you go.
Okay, so this is the part that just came off the K1. You know, you can't see your head, do you?
I'm invisible. So there you go.
Do you have a plan? Yeah. So there you go. They did a good job, I think. The color we're using is what? Ocean Motion?
Dark green ocean.
Dark green ocean from the sponsors KIWIFIL. And it's very nice of them. And
it's recycled.
Recycled, made here in New Zealand. BTG, yeah?
Yeah, recycled.
Do they call it RPETG or?
Yeah.
RPETG, so it's a recycled version. Yeah. So that part there is, I'll just put this plane down here. So what is that going to do, Richard, on our design?
Ideally, it will keep it so that it stays on the hopper and not down on the wing, because your wings will be 3D printed.
Our wings are 3D printed, so we can't distribute the load so much.
So it can't slide on the wing.
It can't, like the Delta wing over there, he's foam, so he doesn't mind if he can just sit on those wings and just pull them up. But the wing, on the other hand,
it's a top mounted, right? So
yeah, he's top mounted, so the 3D printed plane will break off. Which we don't want to see that. We want a successful launch. Please, can I get a plane from you that flies on 3 to 4S? Well, one day we'll might be able to release some files. And what does the wingsuit run on, actually? Wingsuits, the FPV wingsuits, they run on 2S, I think. So maybe soon. We just need to get successful launches of those too.
Yeah.
But they'll be coming up on the show.
Yeah.
They'll be coming up on the show.
And then maybe that's something that we can look into, right?
Yeah. But they won't need a launcher like this. So there you go. In a way we will be. Yeah, that'd be cool. Do you have one of those cutter things, did you?
Yeah.
Little side cutters.
Yeah, so I think that might be what you want to sort of maybe finish it there for the night.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, I'll just position this so you can see what we're doing, and then
probably have the same problem. We won't.
Yeah. But yes, it's all good. In the hood. So what we will be doing is this one here. We'll be fitting on that part there. Hang on. All right. You can kind of see what we're doing. That's all good.
All right. So the idea of the game, at this stage of the game, what we're thinking is no maybe.
Yes, no maybe. Don't find the shit, no. Okay, so anyway, what we'll be doing is we'll be putting this guy on top of here like this, and maybe we'll put some foam or something like that, and yeah, we'll be going into this part here.
So yeah, so the idea of the game at this stage is what we're thinking. This goes in there.
Yeah.
That goes on there, and then we need some kind of attachment
for the plane itself.
For the plane itself.
So
yeah.
maybe we need to come in behind here.
Of something of that nature. Yeah. That's what we're thinking.
That's the plan, anyway. So yeah, that's the plan. What do you guys reckon? Good plan?
Yeah.
Or do you think we should have like the tow hook at the front? What do you guys reckon?
Different planes, different problems, right?
Different planes, different problems. But I think if we pull it on there, otherwise the other option is we cut into the spar and pull from the spar directly. That's another option. Yeah.
Well, I think that's pretty good for this live stream, don't you think?
Yeah. And that part there will go into there. Like that, so you can see.
Yeah.
No, hang on, my finger's in the way. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Good idea.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. Right. We need to drill that, I think.
Yeah. So it goes in between the two.
Well, maybe we can just drill it quickly. What do you reckon?
Okay.
I'll just drill it quickly. Yeah. You hold it?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yours is pretty close, isn't it? Okay.
I think you need to get a proper balance, maybe 45, 45, 55 inches in the back to get a good flight trajectory. That's a good idea. Come back a bit. Yeah, it's a good idea. And then, what else is there? See, just like what you're saying, do you guys have a plane that can run on 3 or 4 so that you guys can send me? One day, perhaps. One day. Who knows?
Give it time.
Give it time. It would be probably in the way of an STL file. So in that way, everybody can enjoy it. That's the plan. But we would be making like a new design, I think. Anyway, let me just put this in. Set it. How's that? All good? Put it in there. Too thick. Maybe a little bit too thick. Yeah, I'll do another little thing there. Bye. How's that better?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. So that
Last little bit for today. Yeah. It's a little bit tight.
That'd be right for now.
Yeah, right for now. Way too tight, right? Yeah. Right. Top it off. Okay. Like, so what? That's tight. I can't get it off. She's tight like a tiger. All right. Okay, I'll just do a little bit more. Pop this in here. Yeah, cleaning her out there. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, have you got that that pipe, Richie?
Let's retract it there.
Oh yeah. Thanks. There you are. And we'll try that one, 5th size. All right, here we go. Look at that. It's way better. If you want it tight, but we don't want it too tight. I have to cut the shape a little bit, but yes.
That's good enough.
Yeah, I think it's good enough for now. Okay, there you go. So you get the idea. So the plane will be pulling from this way onto there. The plane will sit on the top there. Yep. Hold them up. And then the plane will sit on top there with a bit of foam, maybe perhaps on the side here to keep them in line, and then some sort of hook into here or to here to actually hook the plane and release them successfully into the air. So that's the plan. It's actually looking quite good. So if we lift it up and put it on there, perhaps. Oops. Yeah, I reckon. Yeah. There's plenty of clearance in that one, isn't there? Yeah. Nice. So we'll come up the launcher and then together up and away and then fall off onto the ground. Yeah. That part will fall off. Detach and then carry on. That's the plan.
That's the plan.
So yes, saying that, yeah, that was good that we got that done.
Yeah.
All right. Oops, sorry. What did I got?
So yeah, so that's the part there that we're looking at. That's the part that we just printed. That just this middle part here just came off the printer, and this was printing like a day ago. So yeah, so it's pretty good. It's as an initial concept. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we did pretty good. Yeah. Hope you. So what are we going to do? We're going to go and sign off now. What do you reckon?
So yeah,
I think so. I think that was a pretty good start. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll move the camera over yonder. Hang on. There you go. All good. I'll just bring the light in.
Yeah, so we'll do a sign out, will we? Yeah. So yeah, so it's like what we were saying. Thanks very much for joining this live stream and future live streams. We will endeavour to do a live stream next week. Just depends on the situation.
Yes.
Yes, so that's what that is. So this week was just going over the sort of things that we covered. So this week on Tuesday we released the Space Pi X4, which is a filament dryer to help out with the massive 3D printed drone that we're building on the show to fly the CREALITY high. Yep. And then next week is an exciting one, which is the phase 2 of the FPV RC wingsuit build. In this one, we're going to dive into making the wingsuit itself. So that's pretty exciting.
Yes. So, yeah. So on the Mark 1, you saw a little bit of the sewing. This is a bit more of a detailed one, but plus it goes into a whole new design, very more realistic to how the real true wingsuits are.
That's right, because we've got quite a lot of insights into how wingsuits work and suggest design considerations from Anissa Gainter, 3-time Guinness World Record holder for parachuting, skydiving, and wingsuiting. And we also got to speak to professional wingsuiting specialist Christina Raskina, all on live stream.
Yes.
So remember to go back and check out those links because
if you missed them, yes,
there's some really good.
That's where we got the ideas to make the Mark II. So there you go, and that's coming out on what? Tuesday in New Zealand time.
Yeah.
Yes. So there you go. That's what's coming out, and then what else will we do? We'll be working on the big guy.
Yeah. Focusing on him until we get that 3D printer flying in the air, and it'll be all good. Yeah, that's what we want to see. Yeah.
Doctor says, are you guys in aviation school or rocket science stuff, or is the purely a hobby?
I guess we've just done quite a lot of flying and stuff. We've been part of the model flying club pretty much our entire lives.
Well, you can say that. You can say since we were very, very young, and our uncle got into it, and he got us into it in a big way. So we've always done RC stuff
on some varying degrees of
light. Yeah, and now we're designing our own stuff and sharing it with you guys. So hopefully you enjoy it.
Yes. We do. We enjoy
making it. So with now that YouTube, that exists, we can share with other people around the world, which is
quite cool to show your designs and then really sort of, I guess, for ourselves even push the boundary of what's possible.
Yes.
Nobody's done say like a wingsuit or a jet wing kind of thing. So you try and push the envelope of what's possible at that scale.
Yes, it's kind of interesting. And I'm not sure how to say that. We'll just say Silver. Hello, bro. Yeah, cheers, man. Thanks. I'm electronics and communications engineer student. Oh, cheers.
Awesome.
Very awesome. Nice. We are, what are we, mechanical engineers? Once upon a time. That's what so now we're,
I guess you'd say you're more specialized now into UAVs and drones.
Yes. Well, cheers. And thanks very much for tuning into the live stream. Downside is we're just about to sign out, but we appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you go back and look at the full live stream.
That's right. Cool. And there's obviously lots of episodes to check out on the series.
Yes, very cool. So we'll see each other next time. And I am Harry. Oh, Duck says welcome in. Yes, they're just saying to us. I guess you say Silver. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But yes, either way, thanks. And yes, now it's going to be exciting what's coming up.
Yeah.
And we've got lots of other projects that we haven't shown you yet, but it's all hush-hush until we can reveal them to you.
Yeah.
And then, yes, and we'll eventually get this guy flying in the air on maybe a live stream. I think that's the plan.
We'll keep him true.
Yeah.
Keep him true.
Because we do want to see this guy fly, but our main problem was when we were throwing him, we weren't getting enough oomph in the throw. So we thought, why not update the catapult and make him do that as well as throw other planes as well.
That's right. So it's an ongoing upgrade.
Yes. And that's what we always want to do to get the best it can be. I would like to. I would like to know about the working and the things that you use for making this flight. Ooh.
Well, it's a 3D printed plane.
I'll just bring one up. We'll do it quickly. Yes, that's a good idea. This particular one is we'll be making this guy on a live stream. This is the Dynamics Talon, and the problem about this one is that when we throw him, he doesn't always take off, annoyingly. But he is a cool plane. Just we haven't managed to get successful flight out of him. Yeah, I know lots of people have.
Yeah.
Yep. But that's the idea, is that we're updating our launcher to be able to accommodate him, and with the upgrades, we will, and we'll send this guy on live stream. And we have, if you go back through the live streams that we've done in previous weeks,
we built him on live stream and so forth. So
yes,
I think it's quite well documented. I think it's like maybe 7 builds in that. And then I think we'll continue on with not sure about next week live stream, but we'll continue on with the series to get the catapult launcher.
Because we want to launch multiple kind of planes on them, like these ones and whatnot. And other designs that you haven't seen yet. So yes, it's all coming on the show. So there you go, exciting stuff.
So I guess what you're doing is you're upgrading the channel.
Upgrading it by making a launcher that can do it successfully.
And multiple aircrafts in various degrees of styles.
That's the one. Okay, so there you go. There's a lot to take in, but thanks so much for sticking with us on the H&I Drone Racing Show. We are live, and we'll be signing out in a second. I'm Harry.
And I'm Richard.
And thanks so much for the sponsors. Thank you, most of all, for tuning in. Appreciate
That's right. And last little comments.
Duck there says, thank you again for sharing your adventures with us. Much love. Take care. Excited to be back for the next stream. Yes, awesome. Yes. And cheers, bye, and see you on the next one.
Awesome.
Rock on.
Okay. Rock on.
I couldn't disagree with you whatsoever right there. Right
awesome. On. Totally agree. Okay.
And
you just kind of said like the opposite.
What do you mean?
You know, like
that's how wrong. Yeah. Whoops, my bad. Okay, cheers. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, go. H&I Drone Racing, H&I Drone Racing, H&I Drone Racing. Yeah. See you guys. Adios. Have a great week.